of Gospel Life News. My name is Daki. And then we're saying big thank you to all our fans all over the world for what you do. Wherever you're watching us from, we say very, very big thank you. We see the energy, we see the support, we see all of what you guys put into this, and we are saying a very big thank you. And also to measure up to what you guys are doing, we have made updates for just for you guys. At this time, you can now stream us live on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube simultaneously. And just pick whichever one is convenient for you. If it is Facebook, if it's Instagram, if it's Twitter, if it's YouTube, just pick that one and enjoy yourself. All of these and more updates are going to be coming very, very, very soon. And we're doing this because we care a lot about you guys, your comments, and all of that. Please keep supporting us as we keep making updates for you guys. Let's delve straight to the news because we have Davido on the news. And some way Odumodu is trending for his comments regarding top 1 to 5 and how he ranked them in the game. Let's delve straight in to what the news look like. We'll begin today with Davido. We saw Davido Timeless album just surpassed 182 million stream on YouTube, and that's an amazing one, trust me. I think for Davido, he has promised us that the deluxe will be out very soon, and that we all are waiting to see what the deluxe project would look like. And moving on, we saw Davido became the first African artist to ever chart 2 songs inside the top 20 of the iTunes top song. We have Sensational at 17, and then we have Femme. Femme was that song that we all love at the time, and then Femme currently sits at number 19. Moving on, we saw Sensational peaked at 15 on the global R&B and Grammy Daily Top Song, and it is Davido highest speaking song on the chart. We just surpassed Aya Aya with number 23. Moving on, we saw Davido coming forth to make a conversation and missed all that's been happening lately. The whole back and forth with conversation, 218 million, and here and there, Abu Salami. His response to all of that was when he said, "Joy is coming," and then went for that to say, "bulletproof." So at this point, what is he trying to say? Is he trying to say he has thick skin because his skin is bulletproof, and then joy is coming? Whatever it is, that was his comment and missed all this situation. Moving on, we saw Davido is on the move to begin this sensational challenge. That's the Chris Brown song, Sensational. And then he's saying he's going to do his own today. And obviously, if Davido starts something, the whole Nigerian, the whole 30BG, the whole world that support him will obviously follow suit. Moving on, we have Rema as the next guy on the news. Of course, we know he just dropped. He has been giving us snippets day in, day out, so that we can anticipate the new EP, which he called the Ravage EP. And for today, he gave us the snippet of Don't Leave, an amazing one. Rema showed his flexibility and all of that in the video, and he just explains, giving us a sneak peek of what the song look like. And already, we all can't wait for the song and see what the song is going to do at the time. Calm Down, Rema Calm Down, talking about the single, and Rave and Rose's album have spent 81 weeks each on the France Snap album chart, an amazing one, and we say congratulations to Rema on that one. Moving on, we saw Rema speaking with the Rolling Stone team, and then he came out to say he knows his worth, and then he also knows that he has impacted the game positively, and there's some artists, even though according to Rema, they will not give him his glory, his flowers, but then he says he knows a lot of artists copy him or imitate him in the game. And then he went on to say, whenever that happens, he always feels flattered because he feels like I began this movement. At the same time, he went on to say there's a bad side to it because you have not even fully settled into that stuff you created, and then you are seeing it everywhere. That's the bad side. But then the good side is the fact that he feels flattered whenever he sees people or artists making a move or doing what he has done by copying him and all of that. He always feels flattered. But then he said they would not give him his glory, essentially his flowers. Moving on, we have Odumodu Black, the guy who has been trending for a conversation he had on a podcast. We saw where he came out to say he has been smoking weed. According to Odumodu, he said he has been smoking weed since it was 10 years. And then the only time he doesn't smoke, according to Odumodu Black, is whenever he's sick. He also went further to say there was asked to rank Afrobeats top 5, and then he said at the moment Burna Boy is currently number 1 with current form. He said Burna Boy sits at number 1, Davido comes next as number 2, Thames comes next as 3, And then he's saying Ashake comes at 4, and in between Rema, he actually said he would have given Rema number 5, but then WIZKID is a big name, so he has to put WIZKID as number 5. So Burna Boy 1, Davido 2, Tems 3. He kept Tems number 3 because he felt like, in his words, said Tems' recent doings. He repeated doings like 7 times. So maybe there are other motives to that, but according to Odumodu Black, Tems sit at number 3, Ashake at number 4, then Rema and WIZKID sit at number 5. And moving on, we saw where he came out to speak about Nigeria, and then he said Nigeria is a bad place. As straightforward as that, Nigeria is a bad place. And then we saw where the podcast team asked his guy a question about why people immigrate, and he made a very sensible point where he said he feels like whoever immigrated at the point or left the country, that's Nigeria at the point, did a very good thing, because if nobody left the country when people were going at the time, we will not have a community in the UK, in the US, in France, in the Netherlands, and all of that would champion the movement of Afrobeat. But because people have left now, everyone has a leverage, because we know if you go to the UK, you have like a good amount of Nigerians there. So whatever you push in the UK, even if these guys don't buy it, your UK guys, people who left Nigeria to the UK would patronize it, and thereby you get a share of the UK market. That was the most sensible part of the podcast. Moving on, we saw where Odumodu Black came out to give kudos to Bella Shmurda, and then he said, Bella Shmurda, my brother, what a song. Love emoji, and then the peace and prayer emoji. And then we saw where Yaba Left came out to repeat what Odumodu Black said, and then they said, yeah, use Odumodu Black top 5 based on current activity. Burna Boy, Davido, Tems, Ashake, and WIZKID with Rema, and then Odumodu laugh about that post, but then you said it, so I laugh about it. Moving on, we saw Odumodu Black blood on the dance floor with Bloody Civilian and Wale ascend to number 1 on this week official Nigeria Top 100. It tallied 2 million on demand streams, on number 2 on streaming, and then 50.7 million in radio impressions, and that's number 4 on radio, becoming Odumodu Black's first number 1 song on the official Nigeria Top 100. Ashake occupied that position for quite a while, but as we speak, Odumodu Black has displaced Ashake, taking Ashake back to number 2, and then he currently sits at number 1. Ngozi Wikroyon remains at number 3. Moving on, we saw where after Turntable Charts made the announcement, Odumodu Black came out with a conversation where he said, "Dem go learn, number 1 song in the country. Shout out to everyone involved. Yahweh boys are up. Ezioku." Moving on, we saw where he came out again to say, "These melodies can never finish because everything is from God. Dem go learn." Moving on, we have Mohbad as the next guy on the news. Yesterday, we saw very dark black man sitting with Mohbad's friend, the guy who came out to rant on his Instagram story at the point regarding Mohbad's death and his wife. And then we saw that black man sitting with him, and they're asking him a few questions. And then the young guy reveals that at the time, Mohbad's wife and Mohbad's manager were having an affair together, were sleeping with each other. And exactly one of the reasons why Mohbad actually had to go back to the Malian house at the point to make a scene. But then he said, indeed, he feels like Mohbad's wife's hands are not totally clean, because at the point or at the time, he was aware that she was sleeping with Mohbad's manager. Moving on, we saw after the conversation back and forth of calling his wife, the Nigerian police force have invited Mohbad's mom, the wife, for inquest regarding his death. What it means is that they've been invited for questioning. We saw Tonto Dike and Iyabo Ojo earlier in the week came out to give us intel that the police force have invited Mohbad's wife 3 times, to the best of our knowledge. So if that is true, that means this is the 4th time they are inviting Mohbad's wife. And obviously, we hope that in coming days, we will get full reports on the death of Mohbad. Recall that we're still waiting for the autopsy so that we can know exactly what happened to Mohbad. Moving on to the gospel scene, and this is a big win for all gospel artists, because Victor Thompson, Nigerian-born gospel singer, we saw where he came through the song, which he called this year, and this year was an amazing jam at the time, one of the best gospel songs you would ever want to listen to. And then that song is currently doing good on the Billboard Hot Gospel Song. For this week, currently the song sits at number one. We have This Year by Victor Thompson featuring Ace the Greatest as number one. In the Room with Maverick as number two. Jairi number three. God Problems number four. Goodness of God with Sis Winehouse as number five. More Than Able as number six. Some of these great guys, but then we have a certain Victor Thompson occupying number one on the charts. At the same time, for the Billboard US Afrobeat song chart, we have Tyler Waters number one, obviously displacing Calm Down at the time, which song has spent more than a year on number one on the chart. And then we have Calm Down number two. And then we have This Year with Victor Thompson with Ace the Greatest sitting as number three. Amazingly, the gospel scene is also taking over the world as much as Afrobeat is doing right now. And the gospel scene is not joking because they also are making numbers and taking over almost all charts as we speak. Anyways, guys, we've come to the end of this one. I trust us to give you guys updates before the end of the day as all the happenings in the world of Afrobeat still unfold. I love you guys so much. Please and please.